Becky was a young, ambitious woman, driven by her principles and determined to carve out her own destiny. She met a wealthy businessman, popularly known as Alhaji, who offered her friendship and later demanded for a one-night stand for 500,000 naira. She had once heard whispers in the market about rich men like him, using women for money rituals. "Dear Becky, I like you and I want to have you for the night," he said. "I will pay you 500,000 if you agree to stay with me," he added. No, Alhaji Becky said firmly, her voice steady despite the butterflies in her stomach. "I can't do it. Please, I'm not one of those street girls." Alhaji's eyes flashed with a mix of disappointment and something inscrutable. "Very well then, Becky, if you change your mind, you know where to find me." He dropped his card and zoomed off. Becky got home to meet with her best friend Samantha, who she narrated the incident and how she turned down Alhaji's offer. "Wait, don't tell me you said no to him," Samantha fired with so much curiosity. "Do I have a choice?" Becky answered reluctantly. "Yes, you do. How can a man offer you 500K for a night and you bluntly say no to him, without thinking twice? Imagine what 500K would do for you. We even barely feed well here and you saw gold and yet rejected it. Babe, you have to reconsider your decision and go back to Alhaji." Samantha sounded convincing. "Why will I accept such huge opportunity when I know not his intentions towards it, an opportunity one never worked for? Are you for real? I should go back to Alhaji." "Samantha, not all that glitters are gold, and not all gold comes with a pure heart. The earliest you understand this, the better you know I made the best decision ever," Becky reacted. "Well, babe, that's your decision. As for me, I will grab such with my full chest. Just a week with Alhaji and I'm already a millionaire," Samantha snapped. "You can have him for all I care, but for me never. Congratulations in advance." She stood up and left the scene. Days turned into weeks, and Becky's best friend, Samantha, grew closer to Alhaji. Samantha, always on the lookout for a life of luxury, saw an opportunity and seized it without hesitation. One evening, Samantha returned to their shared apartment with sparkling eyes and a broad smile. "Becky, Alhaji asked me to be his wife," Samantha exclaimed, practically bouncing with excitement. Becky's heart dropped. "What? Are you serious?" she asked, trying to mask her shock and sudden pang of jealousy. "Yes. He's going to marry me. Can you believe it?" Samantha gushed, her joy oblivious to Becky's inner turmoil. "But, I thought he was married," Becky stammered. "But what, even if and so what, I will gladly accept to be his 10th wife if need be, but let me clear your doubt, his first wife died 5 years ago. Hope that answers your question," she replied. "Anyways, congratulations, baby girl, I'm happy for you," she said as she pulled up a fake smile and a hug. 3 weeks later, Becky's jealousy had festered into a bitter, gnawing resentment. She couldn't believe that she had turned down what now seemed like an incredible opportunity. How could she have been so foolish? Driven by envy, she devised a plan to reclaim what she believed was rightfully hers. Late one night, she visited Alhaji's mansion. "Alhaji, I made a mistake," she said, her voice trembling with feigned regret. "I should have accepted your offer. Please, give me another chance." Alhaji's lips curled into a knowing smile. "So, you've changed your mind. Very well, Becky. But you must understand, Samantha must go." Becky nodded, her mind racing with a blend of guilt and determination. She knew Samantha would be devastated, but her desire for Alhaji's wealth and status overpowered her sense of loyalty. Days later, Samantha was inconsolable as she packed her belongings and returned back to her apartment. Becky was already seated awaiting in disguise for her arrival. "What happened? Why are you crying?" Becky with pretends as she went to receive her from the door. "I don't understand," she sobbed. "He just changed his mind." Becky offered a sympathetic facade. "I'm so sorry, Samantha. I told you that there's something not right about that man. Now you have seen for yourself. What kind of man calls off a wedding just a month after the engagement? Maybe it's for the best." "But I love him," she groaned. "We both know you love his money and not him," Becky broke out, silencing her. "Even though, he shouldn't have done this to me." "It is well. The right man will find you someday, believe baby girl," she said as she further consoled her. Once Samantha was out of the picture, Becky settled into her new role, believing she had outsmarted everyone. But soon, strange occurrences began to plague her. Night's whispers in the dark, shadows that seemed to move with a life of their own. She felt an ominous presence around Al-Haji, but he dismissed her fears with a casual wave of his hand. "You're imagining things, Becky. Relax," he would say, though his eyes bore into hers with an unsettling intensity. One night, Becky overheard a conversation between Al-Haji and a mysterious visitor. Hidden behind a curtain, her heart raced as she listened. "Are you sure she's the right one for the sacrifice?" the visitor asked. "Yes," Al-Haji replied coldly. "She's perfect." "Okay, just exactly as we did in the past, no mistakes. Get her prepared before the convention, understood?" the visitor asked. "Sure, she can't measure with the love I have for my wife, yet I used her 5 years ago, so hers is never an exception," he replied with reassurance. "No blood, no glory," they both chanted and laughed uncontrollably. Becky's blood ran cold. Realization struck her like a thunderbolt. She had walked into a trap. Desperate, she fled the mansion and sought help from a local priestess known for her wisdom and power. "You have been marked for death, child," the priestess said, her eyes filled with concern. "But you can be saved if you renounce your greed and seek forgiveness." Tears streaming down her face, Becky confessed her sins and begged for mercy. The priestess performed a cleansing ritual, severing the dark bond that tied her to Al-Haji. In the end, Becky was saved from Al-Haji's clutches, but the experience left her scarred and wiser. She realized the destructive power of envy and greed and vowed to live a life of integrity and humility. The lesson was bitter but invaluable. True worth and happiness cannot be measured by wealth or status, and sometimes the price of envy is far greater than one can afford to pay. The pursuit of wealth and power often leads down a treacherous path, where morality and integrity are sacrificed at the altar of greed. But through adversity and struggle, true strength is forged, shining brightly against the darkest of nights. Every disappointment, they say, is a blessing in disguise. Samantha would have been the victim if not for Becky's jealousy and undying quest of having Al-Haji back, but she was bluntly ignorant of the impending doom before her. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment what you think about this story. Bye for now.